Holy Week. Holy Week is a hard week. When a group of us were in El Salvador for that encounter, one day we had time for Sister Peggy to speak with us about her 38 years in El Salvador, part of the time during the war and after. And I remember she said something about hard hope. In the midst of so much hopelessness, she spoke of hard hope. It's not easy sometimes to hope. And I don't think Holy Week is by any means easy. It's kind of a hard week. Because during this week, we face betrayal and denial, suffering, execution. Yeah, on Sunday before Palm Sunday, everybody was waiting for the kingdom to come, calling him the king, like we did earlier this morning. But that didn't last, because Jesus was not going to be the Messiah they wanted him to be. So they turned on him, especially the religious leaders. We've heard how that is. As I come to Holy Week, I'm reminded of Archbishop Oscar Romero, who in 1977 was elected the Archbishop in El Salvador. And just a short time after he was elected, a good friend, a Jesuit priest, was murdered alongside another man and a young boy they picked up on the way to church. That affected Romero deeply. It lifted up to him the reality that the ruling class was so terribly oppressing the poor that he, as Archbishop, needed to speak. He needed to address the suffering of the people, and therefore gained the anger and the ire of the leaders, even among the church leaders who did not support him. 3 years later, he himself would be executed, assassinated. Living our faith, speaking up for those who are oppressed, is hard gospel work. And that's part of what all of us are called to. I love the wisdom of our Catholic Church in giving us this whole week to try to reflect upon this intense, hard story. It's too much, in a sense, to reflect upon in one moment. And so we're invited again on Thursday to just reflect upon the part of the story that is the Eucharist, that is the Last Supper. Just to take time with that experience, where Jesus does say, do this in memory of me. Not just what I just did to bread and wine, but do this. Everything my life has been about, do this in memory of me. On Friday, again, we participate in the reading of the Passion, this time from the Gospel of John, to focus on that passion and on the death and on the cross. And Friday evening, Sister Fidelis Tracy will preach and share the reflection of that experience. And what is that cross? What does this mean for us? Saturday, it all begins in darkness. Jesus said in the gospel, now this is the hour of darkness. So we begin in the hour of darkness, not to stay in the dark, but to light a new fire, to light a candle that will start to bring light into this darkened church. Candles shared with all of us that night. We begin to get the sense that it doesn't end in his death. It's not over. And so we listen to Scripture, to the proclamation of that night, eventually to the story of his resurrection, and renewing our own baptismal promises. It's not possible for everybody in the church today, I'm sure, to be here for Thursday and Friday and Saturday. But to the extent that you can, I invite you. And if you can't be here, maybe to find some way at home of entering into the Triduum, these 3 hard, holy days. If we do it well, then our Easter will be our hope, and will be our light, and will be the grace that each of us needs to fully come alive in our faith. So today it begins, Holy Week. And I know for many of us, Monday's going to look the same as any other week. And yet, the whole week is holy. And we try as best we can to put ourselves into that frame of mind. This is a special week. Let's claim it and try to live it as best we can. Let's stand now and give voice to our faith.